We all know the legendary Metal Gear franchise by this point, and if you don't, you should. It really is one of the greats in the video game medium. Through all of the narratives and action set pieces, this series brought us so much in terms of both presentation and narrative structure, and has inspired many story-driven games as we know them today. Countless simulators, and overall, just a solid experience even though we're back in the MSX versions. It truly is one of the most beloved franchises to play, and with the recent release of Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, there's no better time to talk about what I absolutely love from these games. So without further ado, let's take a look at the best moments in MGS history.
What's that?
I am not one to shy away from admitting I love Metal Gear Solid 2. Maybe even more than the original. I know this is a pretty underrated opinion, but then again to me every game just seemed to improve so much more, so it only makes sense I guess. Anyway, getting back on track. Metal Gear Solid 2 is filled with moments that I could talk about. The Patriots revealed, or how about Solid the Snake? Even Raiden, which I found to be a welcome addition to the team, although not a perfect main hero. And trust me, you need to take me with big air quotes on this one. Or how about Vamp, which is an insanely cool bad guy considering the history and lore of these games. But my pick for number 5 is Metal Gear Ray's introduction. There's just something so terrifying about seeing a weapon that surpasses basically a walking nuke launcher. This thing is faster, it's stronger, has more weaponry, is more agile, it can basically show up whenever and once since it can't swim. Its first hello to the camera? It ain't a pretty sight either. It's terrifying. Larger than life. You're told that this thing could wipe out anything in record times. It could fuck you laser beam your ass in no time. It's pure raw destruction, controlled by your own nemesis in the premises of a new threat surrounding the globe. Not only is it a fantastic and stunning sequence to look at, but it also sets everything in motion for the rest of the game and even follows some aspect of it in Metal Gear Solid 4. It talks about the Patriots, Liquid Ocelot, the legacy of Shadow Moses, and so much more, while also being a pretty cool Godzilla imitator, which never hurts in my book.
Bingo. You know what to do.
Up next is actually the most recent entry in the franchise, Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. As you may or may not know at this point, Metal Gear Solid 5 is my favorite game in the series. Period. And the most impressive thing is that this game doesn't reach me that much in big scale twists or action sequences like many others in this list. No! Sure, there's a lot of crazy Kojima shit happening on screen. Hell, I'd be a fool not to mention the fucking firewall jumping out of thin air to chomp on an helicopter. The entire opening mission of this game, which is just painful to watch on some occasions. The surgery operations of Cypher, reaching out to Miller in the middle of the desert, the man on fire, and so much more. Instead, I'll give it to a completely cliche, yet tear-jerking reveal of the child soldiers.
Never like kids. Especially ones with guns.
I don't know why this moment specifically left me in utter shock, but the sight of it frightens me. Like I said, it's not that big of a reveal. In fact, in a war game, you would expect to see something along these lines at one point or another. Yet the way it's talked about here is simple and depressing. It made me rethink my strategies and how to act in certain situations, and I made sure that when a child was involved in anything in this game, I would never kill or injure them. I guess the dialogue is so simple that it never tells you whether you should take care of them or not, giving them a chance to flee, or never taking the risk of failing an operation. It's once again simple, yet an effective method to make the player think of their actions through gameplay, which is why it gets a spot on this list.
Ow! My head! Oh, it hurts!
What's wrong?
Don't come here, Snake!
It's impossible to talk about a Metal Gear franchise without even once mentioning the bosses. I mean, for Christ's sake, they're just as iconic as Snake, or even the exclamation point for that matter. They're constantly a wonderful treat that never stops to amaze me in every game. Not just because the characters themselves are over the top, but because the fight itself is as interesting and over the top. But which one to choose? There's the end from Metal Gear Solid 3, the Liquid Ocelot emotionally driven fistfight from Metal Gear Solid 4. Pretty much every time you find a Metal Gear in every game, but my personal favorite is without a doubt Psycho Mantis.
It's useless. I told you. I can read your every thought.
Was there really any doubt whether or not this guy was gonna appear on this list? People tie in this guy so much with the original Metal Gear Solid game, it's literally everywhere, even when you type Metal Gear Solid on a search engine. And for good reasons! He isn't just a random ass boss battle in the middle of the game, he is an experience. You can even argue that he broke every conventions of the video game medium at the time. Almost every game in existence requires in-game application to accomplish a certain task. This fight turns it on its head completely. It's one of the few instances in the medium where outside application is needed, and it goes so far in its idea that people who've never played this game knows about this part, and for people that haven't heard of it are still blown away by it.
You're not the boss, are you?
If there's another thing this series is known for, as I previously mentioned, is the over-the-top yet epic scenarios. You know, these aren't actually a thing in real life, but god damn it, does it feel right in the cinematic sense of things. And Kojima was never one to pass on the occasion, such as the outright beautifully executed hospital scene from Metal Gear Solid 5. Or what about the Liquid Snake showdown at the end of Metal Gear Solid 1? Hell, pretty much every single Metal Gear Solid last major set piece, as far as I can remember. But none of them were quite as touching or heartbroken as Metal Gear Solid 3 finale.
Everything she did for her country. She sacrificed her life and her honor for her native land. She was a real hero. She was a true patriot.
Fucking masterful. It's visually gorgeous to look at. The cinematography is one of the best I've seen in any games, and it hits all the right spots. It's the perfect arc they could have possibly given for the character of Big Boss. Although it's kind of a shame a continuation was made in form of Peace Walker in Metal Gear Solid 5 for the character, the impact it left with me is so immense that it made me actually teared up. It's Big Boss' last goodbye to someone who was always with him despite her supposed treachery. It sets everything for what you would do in Peace Walker in 5, and why everything is so fucked up in 4. It's a moment for him where he can finally rest, letting go of everything he just lived through, for even the briefest of instants. And I have to praise once again the look of this scene alone, which is a seller in itself. And may I remind you, this is the PlayStation 2! Holy shit! It will go down the mediums as one of the best endings ever. For good reasons. I can guarantee you that for sure. All this is fine and all, but there's still a few things that I'd like to address. Mostly because I was too lazy to do a proper top 10 alongside other moments, which simply didn't fit the list. Honorable mentions. So, number 1, Quiet from Metal Gear Solid 5, although she deserves 2 bonus points. Number 2, Snake is Alive from Metal Gear Solid 2. Number 3, holy shit! Raiden is freaking awesome from Metal Gear Solid 4. Number 4, that fucking puppy scene from Metal Gear Solid 5. That shit gets to me every time. Number 5, the original Metal Gear Big Boss twist. Number 6, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Just the whole thing in general. And number 7, the torture scene from Metal Gear Solid 3. If you followed the trend of the video so far, you know there's but one game I haven't talked about yet. Metal Gear Solid 4. So, you're probably asking yourself, what could possibly top one of the best endings in any game ever? Firstly, Flame Shield is up. Secondly, I don't care. And thirdly, I know this isn't some big ass scene like some of the others entries on this list, but that's exactly why I like it so much. It's a very contained scene that doesn't show you a lot, only what's needed to keep you engaged. The dialogue is perfect. The motion capture and animation is top notch. It completes the arc for Snake and Raiden so perfectly. The editing and pacing is the only one in the game that is bearable and perfect for the tension of the scene. It is just a badass moment to boost. I mean, holy shit, do I need to say more? If anybody had any doubts that Raiden still sucked before, this is the proof that it erases all of them. If anybody thought that this game was somewhat slowing down because of the cutscenes, this is the one that gets him back into the emotion. And god damn it, I just want to shout out on top of my lungs. Come on Snake, get up! Every time I see this scene, it's the perfect resolution for the role and character this game created in the best way possible. Which is why I think it's the best Metal Gear Solid moment. So, did I miss something? Do you have a different top 5 as mine? Or maybe you want me to cover another topic for another top something like a video? Then leave it all in the comment section down below because I love reading those things. So, did you enjoy the video and want to see other videos from my channel? Then there's probably a lot of shameless plug-in around this end card. And if you really liked it, you can always like it. Comment please, like I said, it's definitely appreciated. And you know what, you can even consider subscribing if you truly want to, because that would tell me that I'll do more videos like this, because I really like doing those. For the rest, just keep on loving games, guys. And thank you for watching. Until then, my name is Unforgiven3, and I'll see you all next time.